Haha, you're here! Haha, you're here!
Why aren't you here? Ladies, gentlemen, and monsters of all ages, this week we asked you all one big question. Will you be getting Monster Hunter Rise? Are you going to purchase the game, play the game? Whatever wording you want to use, the question is quite simple, and you answered. 20,000 of you answered, delivering us information that might just be worth sharing with you all. Now, before I show you the actual votes themselves, let's have a bit of a chat about the situation. Monster Hunter Rise is releasing on the Nintendo Switch exclusively, a system which did not have Monster Hunter World, the game which, undeniably, exponentially increased the number of fans and consistent players of Monster Hunter. Every one of these people who first started with this game and hasn't played another game only has experience in this one generation on their home consoles and personal computers, yes, I just said the full words of the acronym PC, and has not had the opportunity to experience portable Monster Hunter before. This comes with quite a few hurdles. Some people complain about the graphics, even though they are legitimately beautiful in Rise. Some have issues with the controls and even the controllers themselves, which is reasonable. It's a comfort thing that takes practice to get into. Some people haven't grasped the advantages of a portable console with a Monster Hunter game quite yet, and well, a good number of you just don't have access to a Nintendo Switch. To show you an example from your own responses, I haven't bought a Switch, and I probably won't just to play one game. That's fair. That's an investment of multiple hundreds of dollars to play a singular video game. It's a lot to ask. I'm getting a Switch, and that's going to be my first game. If you're in the situation to do that, then I'm happy for you as well, but this is also then another example of a person who did not have a Switch beforehand. No Switch. No money for Switch. No Rise. No happy. I felt this one. I could actually feel your emotions coming from this comment, and I honestly, I'm sorry that this is the case. I hope all the best for you in the future. Yes, because I deserve to feel happiness for just a little bit. Okay, guys, it's getting a little dark here, but part of me feels like you might just be the last guy, but in an alternate universe, so you might want to find each other and have a conversation just to check it out. Anyways, to elaborate on all of this, let me show you the numbers. 53% of the responders to this post said they will be getting Rise. While that is the majority, it is literally more than all of the remaining votes. It is unfortunately quite a low percentage compared to the amount of you who would like to play Rise. As you see here, yes, 53% of you are getting Rise, but that means that 47% of you are not. 24% of you would get it if you had a Nintendo Switch, 17% of you would get it if it was on PC or the PlayStation 5, or I guess also Xbox. Wait, why is an Xbox here? Timmy! Yes? Why is an Xbox on the poll? Oh, sorry, sir. I don't recognize the Xbox as a legitimate console. I will hunt you, I swear to Christ. Sorry, everyone, he's new around here. Any future references to the PC and PlayStation and polls will also include the Xbox family of consoles. 3% of you said no for a non-system related reason, and 3% of you were undecided. The 3% of you that said straight up no was mostly for the rare minority that complains about the way that it controls or the way that it looks. Things that will happen, but the voice of this group is small enough that it's not a big part of the greater issue here by any means, at least in my opinion. Some people play games that way, and it's their prerogative, not the job of Monster Hunter to adjust to it if it compromises their vision. The I can't decides were either people unsure about how they felt with the demo controls, waiting to see what changes in the full game, or people who were maybe going to get a Switch. In other words, that 3% is also partially people who don't have ability to play the game. All of this to say that of the 20,000 of you that responded to this poll, approximately 8,500 of you would love to play the game but simply don't have access to it. This is really, really sad to me, but I feel like information like this could potentially change Monster Hunter for the future, for the better. No complaints about Monster Hunter Rise being on the Switch. I'm not upset about that in the slightest, but my suggestion is, why does it have to be only on the Switch. Obviously, it is too late in the development cycle of this game to do this for Rise itself, and they may have even considered this when they saw the popularity of World, but it was even too late then. But maybe for future Monster Hunter games, there are not too many reasons that I can think of to not also port the Nintendo Switch Monster Hunter titles to the larger home consoles as well. It is definitely hard to make a title designed for PlayStation or Xbox or PC and then put it onto the Switch, as the Switch just has slightly less powerful technology. But the other way around, from the Switch to the other consoles, should be incredibly doable and would definitely attract the audience that Monster Hunter has already built. This game, it's more than just the game itself. It's the community, it's the ability to engage with people who love something as much as you do, and it brings people together. In this comment's case, quite literally, saying, "Got my GF into Monster Hunter via GU. She has her own Switch and we play almost nightly. We played the Rise demo and are pumped for the release. That's so nice, and you have someone to share your life with and play Monster Hunter together. Why don't I have that? Why am I alone? Life is agonizing, pain only eased by the inevitable heat of the..." That said, it is worth noting that there is also a percentage of you watching this video who have just enjoyed learning and experiencing Monster Hunter content on the internet without being able to play it yourselves before. With this being your first proper Monster Hunter experience just over the horizon, you're quite looking forward to the opportunity to try it out, with this specific commenter saying, "Monster Hunter Rise will be my first Monster Hunter game ever, so I'm going to enjoy the experience, then backtrack over to GU." This is beautiful, and to me this says something else. As much as I would prefer to have Monster Hunter Rise on every platform and every system so it is available to everyone, the fact that this title is available on the Switch where Monster Hunter World was not before means that we are going to find even more new people interested in the series, even more people just discovering the joy of hunting for the first time, as a highly hyped game is incoming, being shown even on the featured page of the Nintendo Store on the Switch. There will be people experiencing this game who never got a chance to experience World or Iceborne, or even any of the games before them, and that is great news to me. That makes me happy. You have to look for the positives in life because they're still there, even when surrounded by the fact that 41% or more of you won't be getting this game just out of sheer inability to play it. Not because you don't want to, but because you don't have the choice. I'm sorry that you're in this situation, I really am, and I can only hope that Capcom sees information like this and uses it to consider other options in the future for future titles, for future Monster Hunter generations. I'm not saying that this is straight up bad, I'm not saying it's a problem that is on the Switch, it just sucks that it is a Switch exclusive, rather than being on the Switch and other consoles, and I wish that you guys could play the game along with us. The only condolences that I can offer is that on this channel, we will do our absolute best to bring you along our journey through the game, like a happy family, experiencing all of these wonderful things for the first time together. This only inspires us further to know how many of you just can't play the game, even though you want to. It lights a fire under us to be the best of us, to be the best that we can for you, in your stead, as hunters and as members of the Monster Hunter community. One last note, I obscured and anonymized every one of the comments shown today as a courtesy, and will continue to do so in any of these that we do in the future. However, if you wish to have your name and picture shown rather than hidden, just end your comment on these polls with a honk as if you're a goose, just telling me that you have no shame. Alright everyone, I've been Cotton Dinosaur, and this has been a discussion about your own thoughts on the state of Monster Hunter Rise, and if you will be playing the game. Do you agree with the opinions stated on this poll? What are your thoughts on the matter? Like if you liked the video, subscribe and hit the notification bell for more, and most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, until next time, stay sweet. Josh, Cotton, and Hollow with the videos, dropping the humor like a hammer on your tippy toes, bringing entertainment on a daily arrangement to take our insanity and turn it into entertainment. Yes, I said entertainment twice, to reiterate that it is nice to look into your faces on a mostly daily basis when you let us in your homes to make the whole world a stage. Goodbye.